One important global variable we have to talk about is MSG. We used this briefly before, if you remember. It's a global variable you can use anywhere in the code. And it contains information about the transaction data that was sent to the contract. It contains 4 values: sender, value, data, and SIG. You'll probably only need the sender and value most of the times. You will use the sender obviously all the time, because it's important to figure out who just called the function in your contract. So this will return us the address. And msg.value will give us the amount of ether sent. But keep in mind that this is the value in Y, so 1 over 10 to the power of 18 of 1 full ether. And msg.data is essentially all data being sent to the function. You usually don't need to access this directly, since this is basically the parameters of your external functions. So for example here, the param1 would be part of the call data, so the msg.data. But you can just access the data by using param1 here in this case. And then the msg.sig is actually the first 4 bytes of the call data, which has a special meaning. These 4 bytes are called the function selector and basically tell the Ethereum virtual machine which function to execute on the contract. So how are those 4 bytes here calculated? Basically, you take the function name, the function input parameter types, and you calculate the Ketchup256 hash of it, and from the result you take the first 4 bytes. You don't have to calculate this yourself. Solidity will handle all this logic. That's why usually there's no need to access msg.sig directly. But keep in mind that because this is only 4 bytes, in rare cases there can be collisions where 2 different inputs will result in the same function selector here. This probably won't happen by you writing normal code, but if someone brute forces it, he could find collisions. And there have been hacks abusing this actually, most notably the Polybridge hack with almost $1 billion at stake. Luckily in that case all funds were returned by the hacker.